You gotta tell me when. Now? Okay, I can stop this part out. Okay, so I said I would make a video of me loading my bike using the Ultimate MX hauler. So I'm gonna do it. So here's the hauler. It's in the lowered position right now. Here are the parts that I have. The hauler came with wing nuts, but they get hard to turn. And so what I did was I got regular nuts, and these are 5/8 of an inch, and they fit perfect. And so then I also got a 15/16 ratchet wrench, which makes it a lot easier to put them on and off. And then I have a 7/8 wrench for attaching the hitch to my carrier, or the hauler to the carrier. And then there is the safety pin, which I'm going to buy a locking one, but for now I have the normal one that comes with it. And MX Hauler does sell locking hitch pins. So, okay. So this thing is 57 pounds, so, you know, don't hurt your back. Oh, and then I wanted to show you, this is inside the receiver. Okay, so it goes into this side where the bolt's on your right, and this lines up with the hole on the carrier and goes in, right? So you have to make sure that this is lined up. And then what I realized this last time I loaded my bike was that I had to hold this in here to put pressure against it as I tighten the nut. Otherwise it loosened and it just didn't tighten up. So make sure this is in here before you put it in your receiver, and then when you're screwing in the nut, hold this flush against here, put some pressure on it, and then screw it in. Okay, so lift with your legs, not with your back. Oh wait, lift with your legs, not with your back. Try not to nudge it when you're putting it in, because once you get it in, you can't move it around. Right? Okay. And then you gotta line your holes up. There. Okay. So then you get your hitch pin, and so I'm gonna stick my fingers in here to pull this against here as I'm screwing this in, and I need to move this back about a quarter of an inch. There you go, perfect. So now start doing it. And you'll fill when it catches. Okay. So you should be able to do most of it by hand. It is a little awkward holding that thing, but it is what is needed. So hopefully that is. Could also get a ratcheting wrench, which I might do. Okay. now you gotta tighten it down. And this is probably the most important part that you hold the silver part in, because you can screw it in most of the way, but if you're not holding it at this point, it'll tighten and then it'll loosen again. So you want to make sure it's in place. Okay. And you know, tighten it as much as you can, right? And that is on there. So now, so this is your little storage place. So I put this in the car because I don't want it rattling around. But so this is normally when you take the bike off. I guess it depends on how you store it. But basically, it has to be all the way to the left, or you know, loosened to the left for you to lower this down, right? So. I think that's as low as it goes. Yeah, it's all the way extended. Okay, so once you have it all the way lowered, you want to tighten this back to the right. And you just tighten it, you know, not super tight, but just tight enough. And then get your bike. This is a Husky. It's the most amazing bike ever. If you haven't watched my how to mount a tall bike video, you should, if you're worried about it. So you can get your bike over however you want, but what we figured out was the best way was to get the front wheel over and then put the kickstand down, and then just kind of, I've got grip bars here, just kind of scooch it over, and then a little more. Okay, so if you come to the front of the bike, or the hauler, you've got a hole here, and then you've got a hole, bigger hole here, and this is where these foot peg shafts that come with the hauler come into play. So they, like I said, they come with these wing nuts, but I put on bolts. And this is the order, right? It should be nut, lock washer, big washer. And so what you want to do is, and I've figured this out through practice, you want to put this one in first because that's your stationary one, and the other one has room to move around. So we're gonna move the bike so that the foot peg is over it, and then put that through, right? And that should be like that, or however. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to jack up the hauler. Taking the pressure off of the bike helps a little. So this has to be all the way to the right, which I've already done, right? And then you put this in here, and it's got these notches. And so you're going to put this in here, and it fits into the notches in there. And then you're just going to start pumping it up. And you don't need to do it all the way. I just do it to get the bike off the ground a little, to where I can move it around. So now I can move the bike, and now I'm going to tighten down this, right? Put the kickstand up at this point. Let me see. That's fine. Okay. So, big washer, lock washer, and then bolt. Right? And you can always start these by hand. And then I just go as far as I can by hand. And then I go to the other one. And the thing I like about the regular bolts instead of the wing nuts is that if you leave your bike on your rack overnight, someone would have to have the right wrench to still your bike versus wing nuts they can just unscrew by hand. Okay, so to get this one in, you just have to move your bike around a little bit. And there you go. So get it wherever you feel, because your stationary one is already in place, so that's good. And that's why it makes it easier to just adjust this one. And then I'm going to do the same thing. And this one can move around, so you have to kind of hold the top of it. And this one I've kind of stripped the shaft a little, so I can't go quite as far with by hand. And then and, you know, it's always good to make sure you're going the right way with it. So I don't tighten it down all the way. I'm gonna get the bike off the ground the rest of the way. And so this is gonna match up with here, and then that's where this comes into play. Oh, forgot this. This goes on the other side of your hitch pin. I don't know what good it really does if your thing starts to back out, but it's better to have it in than not. All right. And it just goes like that. Okay. So then, it doesn't take too much force. That's why it's really easy if you are loading by yourself. Now, I'm gonna line the holes up and put this in. It's got a washer. It's gonna stay on this side of it. And then you just hand tighten it till it's tight. And then I use like my wrench to kind of, let's see. I get an angle by one of the two. I can't think of it. Anyways, okay. So if you get this straight enough, then you can pull down on, use this as your leverage, and then tighten it that way. And I don't know. I think that's it. So you just want to make sure it's really tight. And you can use the lift, the jack pump. So if you just put it on here and then you push, that'll keep tightening it. You know, you don't need to go crazy. Just make sure it's on. Okay, so then the bike is up. And I always get this backwards. It's a learning curve. Sometimes it goes better than others. doesn't always catch. Not sure if that's my wrench or... So I'm just kind of holding the ratcheting part of it. Actually, it's so loose I could just tighten it by hand a little more until it... So it works better once it's tightened by hand. Right, otherwise it's just kind of loose spinning. So this is coming down, pressure, right? And then I try and kind of tighten them evenly like you do with like lug nuts on a tire. And the nice thing is these bolts are like 32 cents at Home Depot each. So I bought 4, you know, whereas the wing nuts are like $5 from MX Hauler, and you can't obviously, well, I guess maybe you could go find them somewhere, but regular bolts are always going to be easier to find. This 15/16 ratchet I ordered off of Amazon, and it was like 12 or $17 or something, and ratcheting is really nice. So, you know, you don't have to tighten them till they stop. They're not going anywhere. But you want to tighten it till it's pretty snug, obviously. Okay, so now this is down. If you look at the bike, it's not going anywhere. And then the last thing is you want to not have this happening while you're driving. So I got these straps because I don't have enough physical leverage to pull the strap down to where I feel like it's tight enough, especially if I'm not using this kind of hauler. This is nice because it locks the foot pegs down, but like if you use a normal ramp and you're just pulling it, I don't know, I always feel like you need the ratchet aspect of it. And what I really like is this also has this carabiner, which I haven't found any other straps other than these moose jaw. You would think I'm sponsored, but I'm really not. So these moose jaw straps have the ratchet and the carabiner, and the MX Hauler has this loop that I hit the carabiner through, right? And then it has this part which you go up and around wherever your attachment point is, and it has a loop that then this hooks into, and now all you have to do is tighten it. And make sure this is straight. Okay, so now this is going to pull the wheel, or handlebars rather. And again, you don't have to be crazy with this because it's, you know, secure. But now, as you see, the handlebars are not going to be swinging around while you drive. So the handlebars in place, the bike's in place by the foot pegs, the hauler's locked in by that pin that we screwed in through this hole, and that's pretty much it. You know, tie up your strings however you prefer to do it. I just don't want them dragging on the ground while I'm driving. And then the other thing I figured out that's super nice about having this hauler is the ability to loop my chain. So you're alone and your bike's on the ground, then you have to like tilt it on its kickstand and then figure out how to do it. But if your bike's up here, you know, you can just spin it and lube it, right? So you're spraying your chain lube and you're spinning your wheel, and then it's really easy to lube your chain that way. And then you can check your tire pressures if you want, or whatever. But that is how you load it. I don't know how long this video was, but it couldn't have been more than 10 or 15 minutes. And I was going a little slower because I'm talking to you. But I have unloaded and I've loaded in probably 6 minutes. I think I timed myself recently, and I've only used this like 4 times. And then unloading is really easy, and I'm going to make a separate video for that. And it's raining, so I'm going to end this video now. But I hope you buy one because they're really great and easy. And yeah, it makes traveling alone a lot more convenient. So Bye.